It is March 8th, 2011, and this is the SC Center. Hello everyone, it's JP McDaniel, and I'm joined, as always, by my partner in crime, Patrick Chobopian O'Neill. What's going on, man?
Not much. Been playing a lot of Starcraft today, so it's been a good day.
Nice, nice. I've been playing some Dragon Age too, so to each his own, I suppose. I played a lot of Starcraft this past weekend, though. On Saturday, I played like 10 or 11 hours straight of 2v2, which I don't know why. But regardless, enough about our own personal stories and dilemmas. Let's go ahead and talk about GSL Code S. Round of 8, day 1, as it was an incredible, incredible match yesterday. The first match between MC and Hong and Prime, not the incredible part. I don't think that, well, set 2, game 2 on Xel'Naga Caverns was actually pretty exciting, as it did come down. We're going to be spoiling this shit. If you guys haven't seen this, go watch it, by the way. Please, don't. Just close this video, go watch it, and then come back and you can hear our comments on it, because they were actually great matches, at least the second set. But Xel'Naga Caverns, we had MC going Blink and Hong and Prime going, Blink Stalkers that is, and Hong and Prime going Immortal with kind of a 3-gate robo type play. And then it came down to a singular pylon for both players at the end of the game. It was like the most complete base trade I've ever seen. And if Hong and Prime would have moved his pylon maybe about, I don't know, 5 hexes further, he probably could have won that game. It was actually really, really close for both players, and it was really exciting. But then the next game, MC just 4-gated, and it was kind of back to the basics. What is your take on that first game, or first series last night, Patrick?
Well, honestly, I've been playing Protoss a bit lately, so this was actually pretty cool for me to see, to see what MC was doing and to understand it on a level which I really admittedly hadn't before. Like, I get Protoss, but now that I'm playing it, you really get to know the timings. So actually, I had a lot of fun, and if you care about PvP, it's cool to see what MC's doing. He's awesome. MC's really good, and he has a path to the finals that's going to be very interesting to see how well he does. But the next game was gets the main attention of the night, of course. I mean,
can't even believe that was real, man. I was seriously like saying, pinch me. When we got to game 3 and it went on as long as it did, it was incredible. But yeah, go ahead and just talk about the first couple of matches, please.
Well, I mean, July Nada, if the games had been terrible, it still would have been a huge, huge day, because July and Nada was a big rivalry back in the day, and these are two titans of the game, as you knew from Artosis screaming about it the entire
he didn't have
entire
voice
cast.
By the end of the cast, that's for sure.
Yeah, he was loving it, but July just brought in this style which he used in Brood War, which he hasn't been able to really get in StarCraft 2 up until now. This aggressive style. He is the man who perfected Mutalisk in Brood War, and it seems like he's finally bringing up his Mutalisk play level now. He was just hitting Nada every chance he had. He won the first 2 games with some awesome Mutalisk play. Nada was just taking it. It was a slugfest, only July was the only one throwing the punches, you know what I mean? July was just playing beautifully with his Mutalisk play, and then the Banelings would come in, sweep in, and really just make Nada's infantry just useless. I mean, what'd you think of the games?
July is just so aggressive, man. It's so actually refreshing to see a Zerg player play like that, because I mean, you look at people like Nesty, who just play so passively, and Idra, who also plays so passively. Then you go to a game or a player like July, and he's playing the complete opposite. He's attacking in multiple times, multiple areas on the map. And I mean, going into game 3, one of the things that Artosis and Tasteless were saying a lot, but I'm not sure if they were saying it enough, was the fact that he was on 50 drones for so long, which means that, of course, he doesn't have that much of a kind of a re-army after he loses it. But he has a huge army to begin with, and he was kind of banking on that for that game. Game 3 is probably the game of the entire... Well, I don't know. Game 5 was also good, but Game 3 on Metalopolis was probably the most exciting match, I think, of the GSL that I've watched in recent months. It was kind of back and forth so much. July made one critical mistake there at the very end, I think, and that's pretty much what lost him the game, but they were just playing so great, so much action going on, such an exciting match there on Metalopolis. And then the next 2 games were even awesome, and when it went to game 5, and I was really thinking, like, is Nada gonna be able to do this? Like, is he gonna come back from 2-0 and win? And then July took that out on the last match. The last match was Xel'Naga Caverns, right? It wasn't on Crevasse. I think this is actually mixed up on the thing that I got from
Yes,
Team Liquid.
you're right.
Because I was sitting there thinking, I'm pretty sure that was Xel'Naga Caverns as the last. So I do apologize for that. Here, I'll pull this up real quick. Game 4 and Game 5 should actually be turned around in terms of the maps. But enough about my mistakes and whatnot. Go watch that series, guys. It's pretty much what StarCraft 2 is going to become eventually in every matchup and every player. And I hope that's what it is sooner than later, because those matches were actually incredible last night.
Absolutely, and what you said in the beginning, I can't emphasize that enough. How the normal, the style we see Zerg now with Idra and Nesty and the July with 50 drones. Normally, you hear Artosis talking about, well, you don't want to go over 95 drones, and here comes July with 50 drones, and it means if he loses the army, he's in deep trouble. But if he doesn't lose the army, if he can play with that army,
he looks like a baller.
He's sitting pretty, man. He's got a big, big army. He's got 150 supply to work with, and if he can expand on time, it's really beautiful. And yeah, like you said, I can't see this not having a big effect on Zerg play. And I'm excited for it, man, because
it was awesome.
Passive Zerg's cool, but I want to see him really, really get the slugfest going. I want to see Sauron Zerg. I want to see July really affect the game. Anyway, what's going on with Code A?
So we've got Code A coming up tonight. It is into the semifinals. We've got Losira, the player who defeated Huck, of course, going up against Lenok in a ZVZ best of 3. And the other match is going to be Alicia from Slayers up against Supernova. And Alicia is kind of Artosis' fan, or I guess crush this week, as he kind of tends to go back and forth with his players. But he's been playing very well so far in Code A, and Losira and Lenok are definitely playing very well. And so there's going to be some very crazy good matches tonight. Definitely tune in for that. Code A, when it gets down to kind of the Final 4 and the Final 2, they actually become really, really incredible matches, and they are very, very exciting stuff to watch. Do you have any comments about that?
No, I'm excited. I mean, all 3 of these players have been doing really, or all 4 of these players have been doing really, really well in Code A, and I'm excited to see it get to the end where things are really, definitely. Moving on though, we have Blizzard making an announcement of an announcement. They're really taking off of the community here. I mean, this has been rumored and talked about for a long time, and here it is, still rumored and talked about. The GSL map pool is coming to the ladder sometime soon. I don't know when. What they said on the Korean Blizzard Battle.net forums were, well, first of all, yes, they said the GSL map pool is coming soon. They said they want 3 macro-oriented maps, 3 aggressive maps, and 3 intermediate maps. I'm not so sure what they mean with aggressive and intermediate exactly, but the macro-oriented maps are going to be the GSL maps. Someone was mentioning, I think Terminus is coming first. I don't remember who said that, though, so I don't remember if it's really credible or not. But the point is, a blue on the Battle.net forums did say it's coming, and awesome. Thank God. Just keep the new maps coming, Blizzard.
Yeah,
that's
definitely
what you have to do. I don't in 2 months. I don't want to start thinking, wow, these old maps suck. I want you to already be working on the new maps. We need to be playing each set of maps for a couple of months, and then that's it. Get them out and get the new ones in. That's how you keep the game fresh. That's how you keep the meta game and that's how you keep it moving. That's one of the big secrets of Brood War's success.
Yep.
But anyway, moving on. Speaking of the GSL World Championship was just announced with all the details. It will be March 28th to March 9th, and the way it works is Europe, America, Asia, and Korea will be sending representatives to do battle. It's going to be basically IEM on a grander scale, whereas IEM had a couple of Code A washouts. Excuse me if you're big Ace and Squirtle fans, but it's true.
That's so rude, man.
This
will
get
so
have
many hate in the YouTube comments.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't like that I pointed out that Ace and Squirtle, whatever.
Continue on. Fuck it.
Before I get more, the GSL World Championship though will have decidedly better players from Korea. Nesty, MVP, Marine King, and Nada, a pretty good group of players coming in from Korea, and the other 3 players that are getting invites are Moonglade, Morrow, and Jinro. It's a pretty good triumvirate there. Then there's going to be a preliminary for each region, Europe, America, and Asia, and they're going to be able to send the winners of that there, and we're going to have a group of invites there. I'll just run through this really quickly to give you an idea of the magnitude of the tournament. From Europe, we have Mana, Nama, White Ross, Sake, Tarson, Zamaga, and Sho. From America, we have Huck, Pain User, Phoenix, and then from Asia, this is like Taiwanese, Chinese. This is going to be people you don't know, but Red Archon, Revenant, Oxygen, Koi, Sen, Zyout, and Zigwa. But anyway, it's going to be a great tournament. I'm super excited for it. Ignore the fact that I can't pronounce their crazy handles. What happened with Xerus at Six Jacks?
Well, he got interviewed over there at Six Jacks Gaming. I'm not sure. I don't think Evoli did that, but. Kind of off on a side note, go check out sixjacksgaming.com as Evoli has moved over there from Gosu Trolling. Support him. He's one of the great interviewers in Starcraft 2 esports right now. But going back to this interview, Xerus was just kind of answering questions about what's going on with the NASL. And one of the things I kind of got tricked into the journalist trick over at reddit.com was the fact that Xerus expects NASL to be on ESPN in 5 years. That's what I pulled away from the quote. I haven't actually read the interview, so I should probably go do that after this. But also, going on with NASL, the video applications have been popping up from the players right now on YouTube. You can check out the description below. We have a Team Liquid thread that has about 8 or 9 of them. And it's kind of interesting because I'm not really sure what NASL is going to be using these for, whether it's going to be, if they're going to be using them in the broadcast, if this is so the casters kind of have a backstory and kind of a bio sheet. But every single one is kind of in a different resolution. Some are 240, some are 480, some are 720. And then some of them have like actual lower thirds and graphics, kind of like Rootcats, I would say is probably the best that I've seen. And then some of them are just using like Windows Movie Maker to make a simple kind of layover. It's just hit or miss, I think, with a lot of the production elements. So hopefully NASL is not going to be using these in their actual production, and they're just going to be using them for the casters to kind of get information. They might have already said what their real intent is, but I'm not sitting there on Team Liquid reading each and every post about the NASL, so I do apologize. But Patrick, you got anything else? We're going to wrap it up.
Thanks for watching, guys.
All right, so go check out twitter.com/itmejp.com. Or not .com, twitter.com/ShoboPeon. Tips at itmejp.com if you guys have any tips. We can't find everything about StarCraft 2 esports on a daily basis, so if we don't, please send us it. It really helps us out when we're getting the show together each day. And also just support SE Center, which you guys have been doing a fine job of so far. So we'll see you guys tomorrow for the, what is tomorrow, Patrick? The Wednesday, I think? Is that right?
Wednesday the 9th.
This week is such a blur to me. Wednesday the 9th edition of the SE Center. We will see you guys then.
Thinks it's good for his mind.
Not as much exercise.
Not as much exercise, but,
Or delicious Coca-Cola.
I'm going to have some of that Coca-Cola right now. You know, they have crates of this backstage, Artosis, and I bet if we stole some...
I'm starting to steal one every day. I'm going to open up my own Coke vending
Tasteless,
machine.
why did you show up with a backpack on at the studio? Oh, I'm going camping later. No, I steal for my work. So, we're going to... Got the sponsor. All right.